Have you ever noticed that even after achieving what you once prayed for, success, comfort, recognition, or security, there is still a quiet restlessness inside you? You may smile outwardly, yet somewhere deep within, a gentle question continues to whisper, is this really all there is to life? This feeling does not mean something is wrong with you. In fact, according to the ancient wisdom shared in Autobiography of a Yogi, this inner unease is a sacred signal. It is the soul's way of reminding you that material achievements alone cannot satisfy a spiritual being. From the moment we are born, we are taught how to survive in the outer world, but very few are taught how to understand the inner one. We learn how to earn, how to impress, how to compete, and how to stay busy, but not how to be still. Yet in that stillness lies the answer to the deepest longing of the human heart. Paramahansa Yogananda gently asks us to look beyond appearances and question the assumption that happiness depends on external circumstances. He invites us to consider a revolutionary possibility. What if lasting peace does not come from changing life, but from changing our awareness? Many people carry an unspoken fatigue, not just of the body, but of the mind and heart. We try new goals, new relationships, and new distractions, hoping something will finally make us feel complete. But the satisfaction fades, and the search begins again. Yogananda explains that this endless seeking is not a mistake, it is misdirected energy. We are searching outward for what can only be found inward. This video is an invitation to pause, breathe, and listen deeply. Not to escape your life, but to understand it at a deeper level. Through 5 life-changing lessons from Autobiography of a Yogi, we will explore timeless truths that help you reconnect with your inner self, rediscover quiet joy, and walk your spiritual path with clarity, courage, and gentle confidence. At the very beginning of Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda gently places before us one of the most life-changing truths a human being can realize: you are not the body, and you are not the restless stream of thoughts passing through your mind. You are something far deeper, far calmer, and far more powerful. You are the soul. Most of our fear, anxiety, and sorrow arise because we have forgotten this simple truth. We identify so strongly with our physical form, our emotions, our roles, and our past experiences that when life changes, as it always does, we feel shaken at the core. Yogananda explains that pain touches us deeply only because we mistake temporary experiences for our true identity. The body grows, weakens, and eventually passes away. The mind is constantly changing, happy one moment, worried the next. But the soul, he says, remains untouched by these fluctuations. It is silent, steady, and filled with an underlying joy that does not depend on circumstances. This is not a poetic idea meant to comfort us, it is a reality meant to be experienced. Through meditation and self-awareness, Yogananda assures us that anyone can directly feel this inner presence. When awareness turns inward, even briefly, a sense of calm begins to arise naturally, without effort. For the sincere seeker, this lesson is deeply liberating. It means that no matter what you are going through, confusion, loss, failure, or uncertainty, your true self remains whole. Life may challenge the body and mind, but it cannot touch the soul. Yogananda encourages us to observe our thoughts instead of becoming trapped in them, to witness emotions rather than drowning in them. With practice, this gentle separation brings strength, clarity, and peace. When you remember that you are the soul, fear slowly loosens its grip. You begin to respond to life rather than react to it. This realization is not the end of the spiritual journey, it is the foundation. Once you know who you truly are, the path ahead becomes lighter, clearer, and filled with quiet confidence. In Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda speaks of the Guru not as a figure of authority, but as a sacred guide who awakens the soul's own remembrance of truth. One of the most powerful lessons he shares is that a true teacher does not appear by chance. The meeting between Guru and disciple happens when the seeker's longing becomes sincere, steady, and selfless. It is not driven by curiosity or excitement, but by a deep inner hunger for truth that nothing else can satisfy. Until that readiness develops, the world may offer many teachers, books, and philosophies, yet none seem to fully answer the heart's call. Yogananda describes his own search as one filled with discipline, patience, and unwavering faith. He did not seek miracles or personal gain, he sought freedom from ignorance and suffering. When he finally met his guru, it felt less like an introduction and more like a recognition, something timeless being remembered. From this, he teaches us that the guru's role is not to give borrowed beliefs, but to help the disciple experience truth directly. True guidance leads you inward, not outward. It strengthens independence of spirit rather than dependence on a personality. For the seeker today, this lesson brings great relief. It removes the pressure to rush, compare paths, or follow trends. Yogananda gently reminds us that spiritual growth cannot be forced. It unfolds naturally when humility, discipline, and devotion are cultivated within. Even when an outer teacher is not present, inner guidance begins to arise through intuition, conscience, and calm insight. The same divine intelligence that guides the guru also guides the sincere heart. This teaching invites trust, trust in timing, trust in the inner call, and trust in the path itself. When the seeker is ready, guidance appears in the exact form needed. Until then, every sincere effort, every quiet prayer, and every moment of self-reflection prepares the ground. In this way, the Guru is not only someone we meet in the world, but a living presence that awakens from within. In Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda gently expands our understanding of reality by reminding us that the universe is governed by laws far more subtle than those we learn in textbooks. Modern thinking often limits truth to what can be seen, measured, and explained through the senses. Yet Yogananda teaches that what we call miracles are not violations of nature, but expressions of higher natural laws, laws that operate beyond ordinary perception. When we understand this, life no longer feels random or cruel, it becomes meaningful, intelligent, and deeply ordered. Yogananda explains that human suffering often arises from a narrow view of reality. We trust only what the eyes can see and the mind can analyze, forgetting that intuition, inner perception, and consciousness itself are also valid ways of knowing. Divine laws work quietly, guiding events, protecting sincere effort, and responding to inner attitudes such as faith, calmness, and devotion. Faith, as Yogananda defines it, is not blind belief or emotional hope. It is a quiet confidence rooted in inner awareness, a knowing that grows through personal experience rather than external proof. For the seeker, this teaching changes the way challenges are faced. Instead of feeling helpless before circumstances, one begins to understand that inner states influence outer outcomes. Calmness attracts clarity. Fear clouds perception. Trust aligns the mind with deeper intelligence. Yogananda repeatedly shows that when awareness is anchored in the soul, life begins to flow with greater harmony, even when difficulties arise. Obstacles become lessons rather than punishments. This lesson invites us to live with reverence rather than anxiety. When we respect divine law, we move through life with patience and openness. We stop demanding immediate answers and begin listening inwardly. Slowly, we discover that unseen support has always been present. The world may appear uncertain, but beneath its surface is a steady intelligence responding to sincerity, effort, and inner alignment. To trust this truth is to walk through life with quiet strength and unshakable hope. In Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda presents meditation not as a religious ritual or a mental escape, but as a precise inner science, a practical method for realizing truth directly. He explains that just as outer sciences study matter and energy, meditation studies consciousness itself. The restless mind, constantly pulled outward by the senses, prevents us from experiencing our deeper nature. Meditation gently reverses this flow, guiding awareness inward towards stillness, clarity, and self-knowledge. According to Yogananda, This inner stillness is not emptiness, it is filled with peace, insight, and quiet joy. Yogananda often emphasizes that the breath and the mind are closely connected. When the breath is restless, thoughts become scattered. When the breath grows calm, the mind naturally follows. Through regular meditation, the nervous system relaxes, attention becomes steady, and awareness begins to rest in the present moment. Over time, this practice allows the seeker to experience a state beyond constant thinking, a calm, alert awareness in which the soul can be felt directly. This is not imagination or belief, but a lived experience that transforms perception from within. For the sincere seeker, meditation is not about forcing silence or achieving dramatic experiences. Yogananda gently reminds us that progress comes through patience and consistency, not strain. Even a few minutes of daily practice, offered with sincerity, slowly reshapes the mind. Fear softens, intuition strengthens, and emotional balance improves naturally. Life's challenges do not disappear, but our relationship to them changes. This teaching reassures us that spiritual growth is not reserved for monks or mystics. It is available to anyone willing to sit quietly, breathe consciously, and turn attention inward. Meditation becomes a daily meeting with one's true self, a moment of remembrance in a busy world. Through this inner discipline, Yogananda shows that lasting peace is not something we search for outside, it is something we uncover within. In Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda offers a deeply reassuring message for those who wish to live a spiritual life without abandoning their responsibilities in the world. He makes it clear that true spirituality does not require withdrawal from family, work, or society. Instead, it calls for a shift in inner attitude. Yogananda teaches that one can live fully engaged in the world while remaining inwardly free. The problem, he explains, is not activity itself, but attachment to the results of action and identification with constant mental restlessness. Yogananda encourages seekers to bring awareness into everyday life. Work, when performed with calm focus and a spirit of service, becomes a form of meditation. Relationships, when guided by understanding and compassion, become opportunities for growth rather than sources of suffering. He reminds us that spiritual life is not separate from daily life, it is meant to flow through it. When inner stillness is maintained, outer activity no longer drains energy, instead, it becomes purposeful and harmonious. For the seeker, this lesson removes a common fear, the belief that spirituality and success cannot coexist. Yogananda shows that inner peace actually improves efficiency, creativity, and clarity. When the mind is centered, decisions are wiser and actions more balanced. Challenges are handled with patience rather than reaction. One learns to act from awareness instead of impulse. This balanced approach transforms ordinary living into a sacred practice. Before speaking, one pauses inwardly. Before acting, one listens to intuition. Slowly, life becomes less chaotic and more meaningful. Yogananda teaches that when we carry peace within, we are not disturbed by the changing scenes of the world. We move through them with quiet strength, fulfilling our duties while remaining anchored in the deeper truth of who we are. In the final essence of Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda gently brings the seeker to the heart of all spiritual striving with one simple yet profound truth: God is not distant, abstract, or hidden in some far-off heaven. God is joy itself, ever present within every human being. Yogananda explains that the soul naturally longs for happiness because joy is its true nature. All our searching, striving, and longing, whether for success, love, or meaning, is ultimately a search for this inner divine joy, even when we are unaware of it. Yogananda reassures us that spiritual progress is not measured by dramatic visions or extraordinary experiences. It is measured by increasing calmness, kindness, clarity, and inner contentment. Each sincere effort, every moment of meditation, every act of self-control, every quiet prayer, moves the seeker closer to inner realization. Nothing is ever wasted. Even struggles and apparent failures serve a purpose, softening the ego and deepening understanding. The spiritual path, he reminds us, is gentle but exact, and it unfolds according to divine timing. For the seeker, this teaching offers deep comfort. It means you do not need to become someone else to find truth. You do not need to escape your life or wait for a perfect moment. The divine presence you seek is already within you, patiently waiting to be noticed. When the mind grows quiet and the heart becomes sincere, joy begins to surface naturally, without effort or expectation. This final lesson invites surrender, not as weakness, but as trust. Trust that you are guided. Trust that your longing is meaningful. Trust that peace is your natural state. Yogananda's closing message is one of hope and reassurance. Walk your path with patience and sincerity, and joy will reveal itself from within. When this truth is realized, life is no longer a struggle to become whole, it is a gentle remembering of what you have always been. As we come to the end of this reflection, I invite you to pause for a moment, not to rush back into noise or distraction, but to sit gently with what you have heard. The teachings shared through Autobiography of a Yogi are not meant to impress the intellect, they are meant to awaken remembrance within the heart. If even one idea stirred something deep inside you, trust that feeling. It is not imagination. It is the quiet voice of your own soul responding to truth. Remember, the spiritual path is not about becoming extraordinary, it is about becoming sincere, patient, and inwardly aware in ordinary moments. You do not need to change your entire life overnight. Begin where you are. A few minutes of stillness each day, a little more awareness in your actions, and a little more kindness toward yourself can gradually transform everything. The journey Yogananda points us toward is not distant or difficult, it is intimate and immediate. Every sincere effort, no matter how small, is seen and supported by a higher intelligence guiding your steps. If this video brought you peace, clarity, or inspiration, I invite you to stay connected. Take a moment to write a comment below and share which lesson touched you the most or what insight stayed with you after listening. Your reflections may quietly guide and encourage another seeker who is walking the same path. And if there is a specific teaching, book, or spiritual question you would like to hear about next, please let me know in the comments. Your suggestions help shape the journey we take together here. If you found value in this video, consider liking it and subscribing to the channel so these teachings can continue to reach those who are searching. Until we meet again, walk gently, breathe deeply, and trust the wisdom unfolding within you. May peace guide your thoughts, may clarity guide your actions, and may joy slowly reveal itself from within. Jai Gurudev.